Okay, next part of it is you must have a practice instrument. You must have an instrument that you're working on. Now, for vocalists, obviously, chances are you'll probably be working with a piano because that's the instrument you most use to practice your craft. You do use your voice, obviously, but you might be able to do it just with that. But if you want to make sure to test yourself out, because you have to test yourself, so you're going to need an instrument in which to test yourself, because the instrument is fixed. It's not going to move around. Our hearing can go up and down, as they say with age. It might go flat or it might go sharp, but in order to be able to test yourself to make sure you actually have it accurate, you're going to have to test yourself with an instrument, one that is already fixed. And so you want to do this with your primary instrument, your main instrument. If you're a musician and you have multiple instruments, then that's great. You'll be able to not only pick multiple songs in different genres that match whatever instrument you're currently playing. Like say, I play multiple instruments. I play guitar. I play piano a little bit. I play drums, and as far as guitar, I have a classical, an acoustic, and I played electric. So I have multiple styles of music of which I could choose from. When I have a classical guitar, I tend to play classical music. When I have an acoustic guitar, I tend to play anything as far I can play like folk or alternative or sometimes classical music on it. But you have an idea that you actually have a wider range of styles that you can choose from. Now, you have to pick whatever instrument it is that song primarily focuses on. So if on the piano, Heart and Soul in the key of C that I learned, C was on the piano, it wasn't on the guitar. So I had a wider range to be able to choose from, and that's how I learned it on that instrument. On the guitar, the song Tenor is a Lover, I learned it on the guitar. So I had an ability to actually use multiple instruments. If you only have one instrument that you're primarily focused on, then you're gonna have to find songs that match that instrument. It may become a little bit more difficult, but you'll be able to do that much more quickly and easily. You'll be able to learn absolute pitch much more quickly and easily if you find songs that match your instrument or your main instrument. If you're, primarily focused on one thing, like you might have multiple guitars, acoustic, classical, and electric, but whichever song you pick, make sure that it matches that instrument to make it easier for your head to be able to remember it. Now, you can try it on, you can pick a piano piece and try it on guitar. I'm just saying, if you want to learn it quickly and easily, best to stay with the same instrument that the music is being performed in. If you write music, that should make it a little bit easier, because then you can always pick the songs that you have that actually start on a specific key, and you're already accustomed to that tone. So it should make it or pitch. It should make it very easy for you to be able to pick this up. So you must have a practice instrument, so that way you can check yourself with the tone that you actually are acquiring. And it's also best to be able to play the first measure, as I said before, on that instrument, so that way you can go ahead and test yourself and check yourself, and then reinforce by playing the first measure on the instrument once you actually acquired it, so that way it helps you install it and embed it in your brain much quicker. So have a primary instrument. If you play multiple instruments, then that's fine. Just make sure that whatever the tone is, or the tone that you pick, and the song that you pick, that you're able to utilize that instrument for that tone. So if you have 3 different songs and that have 3 different instruments, make sure that you're able to play all these different instruments as well. And that should make it much quicker and much easier for you. So make sure you have a practice instrument. If you don't, for a vocalist, if you don't have a piano with you, good thing is that they actually have apps that you can download to your phone that can play that tone. I'm sure there's got to be apps that you can go ahead and use to test yourself. Now, a thing about intonation. At first, you're going to be slightly off. You're never going to be, well, I'm not saying you never, who knows. But you might be a little bit sharp or a little bit flat. As long as you're not too sharp and you're in the next tone, or as long as you're not too flat and in the next tone, you're fine. Remember, your voice is actually an instrument in and of itself. And until you learn to fine-tune that instrument, for those of you that are not vocalists, you will have a little bit of an issue with landing right on the perfect frequency. So you won't land on 440s, for example, if you're learning the tone of A or the pitch of A. You're not going to land specifically on 440. You're going to land somewhere within that pitch or tone range. Okay, so as long as you're in that one tone range, pitch range, you're fine. Don't worry yourself if you're not exactly on 440. It's going to be very difficult, especially if you're not a vocalist. And even vocalists still have to train to get themselves that way. Okay, so as long as you land on there and you can hear it in your head, then you're okay. Don't worry about being precisely on it, because you're just learning and you're not going to land right on it, you know, most of the time. So just get used to landing within that range of that tone or that pitch. If you're too flat and when you check and you realize, okay, yeah, I'm not on A, I'm on A flat, or I'm not on A, I'm on A sharp, then, you know, you'll readjust it to that, and you'll focus and play it again. Make sure that you have it solidified in your head, go on to another tone, and keep practicing. The more you do this, the more you'll realize that you will land on that tone and much closer to the actual pitch of your instrument the way it is tuned. But don't be too concerned with landing accurately right in the center of that pitch range, because you're just starting and it's not going to happen right off the bat. Just so that you're aware of this. Alright, thanks.